Gentlemen, please tip your hats, those of you at home as well, and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Bravo!
What say the brethren?
Satisfactory! Ahoy, brethren, and those of an ancient race. Yes, it is I, Noble Grand Humbug 73 of the Capitalis Redivitus of E. Clampsus Vitus, Yerba Buena #1. Sorry, excuse the mask here, you know, drooling at it and whatnot. Needless to say, it's been a very hard year, and unfortunately, we wish you were here with us, but we had to honor the Emperor himself, and we had to do this on a virtual type of thing here. We have a great show lined up for you today, and obviously we wish you were here, but we understand, you know, pandemic and whatnot. It's been a very troubling year, put a lot of people in isolation, and we're doing our best to make sure that we're still unified. Our secrets have been smuggled under the fig leaf of Adam, and we've survived famine, plague, and we will survive this. So you guys, keep it home, stay tuned, keep it locked, and we'll make it happen here.
What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
Good morning, men. On behalf of the Norton Brigade, hail and welcome to all loyal brothers. Again, your emperors are honored to be here with you. Happier yet to remain above the grass with you this fine foggy morning. A warm welcome to all virtual luminaries. Yerba Buena's current Noble Grand Humbug, Chris Carney, and incoming Noble Grand Humbug, Chris the Carney. You heard that right. And all virtual Noble Grand Humbugs, ex-Noble Grand Humbugs from hither and yon. Also to each of you fellow brothers and honored guests watching from afar. And yes, you're again seeing double. As both Norton 1 and Norton the Noble Devil stand atop the grave with our original Joshua Abraham. We're here to recognize the most storied character in early San Francisco. Joshua Abraham Norton, who marched with fame into the Golden Hills January 1880, and who faithfully joins with us each year, albeit below this hallowed grass. As known by all in our assemblage, 6025 has been a pitilessly rotten year for all. We've endured a dysfunctional government, divided election, and China's unwelcome COVID bomb. These vile negatives have taken center stage from the beginning of 6025, even to forcing our intrepid leader, Chris the Junglist Carney, to repeat his stolen year as humbug. Your emperor, too, has not been spared from the chaotic events crippling our cherished bonding of brotherhood, the curtailment of our normal frivolity, nor hundreds of canceled events, including Grand Council. Early in 6025, your Emperor Norton I humbly elected to visit China for renewal of the compact contracted eons ago, when Caleb Cushing received a commission from the Emperor of China to extend the work and influence of the ancient and honorable order E. Clampsus Vitus across the world as only we clampers know it. Sadly, your emperor's contact with emissaries of China's emperor in the ancient city of Kowloon on 25 January last coincided with the annual Chinese New Year, resulting in our world being upended. It seems that China, when announcing the new year 2020, quite aptly named Year of the Rat on their calendar, surreptitiously unleashed their dread virus on the entire world. And in the very city of Kowloon, where your Emperor Norton I was attempting to extend via friendly diplomacy Caleb's contract signed in the year of the Mule, 4003 BC. Even Lo Hung Wang and Hop Mi were heard rolling in their graves. Thus began a year of great darkness, hostility, and depression, all thanks to their dastardly act. Thanks to their lamentable and unwelcome release of COVID, your emperor's secret mission was compromised, forcing your emperor to endure an agonizing 6 weeks of isolated confinement in Yokohama, East Texas, and beyond. Thankfully, the isolation and confinement was tempered by the comfort and softness of his long-suffering widow, confidante, and steadfast adjutant, Miss Randy. We do wish to state, however, that solely through the typical and unwavering ECV discipline of imbibing daily doses of the healing waters, this cursed virus ne'er humbled your emperor. Restored now from unwanted confinement, we Nortons pledge our undying support for the second coming of said noble grand humbug, Chris Carney. Our hope is that he alone may guide us back onto the golden trails we pray to trod soonest as we ring in this new year of 6026 and give the boot to 6025. Eschewing the recently concluded election outcome, we shall not dwell on the chaos of our government, all manner of which should be disbanded as earlier decreed by Joshua Abraham. Instead, we are here assembled to enjoy the many abundant avenues relevant to our tireless pursuit of the Brotherhood's close bonds. We brothers share pride in our American way of life, country, and our flag. Let us then continue down this revered road together while drinking in our many freedoms. Let us continue to honor the heroic men and women in uniform who stand in harm's way, far from friends and family, whilst protecting our way of life. Add to them our medical heroes, dedicated police, firefighters, and first responders who face daily unimaginable dangers and challenges. We Nortons respectfully request all covers be removed. Let us warmly recall and lament those fine red shirt brothers, including our earlier Emperor Joshua Abraham, who smiled down upon us from the Golden Hills. This year, however, requires a moment of virtual silence as we reminisce over our good times we have all shared with those who patiently await us in the hallowed Golden Hills. A moment of silence. With heartfelt wishes that you could all be with us here in person at this seminal moment, neither masked nor distanced, we virtually join each of you in brotherhood and look to 6027 when we renew in our double revocation that ECV spirit both here and at Old Malloy's. For now, we Nortons 3, by the grace of God, do proclaim this moment to usher in the new clamp year 6026. May St. Vitus keep us safe and guide us through new chapters of mirth, brotherhood, and renewed spirit, or spirits. What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
Thank you.
Hail thee, good brethren. 'Tis I, the noble double, bestowing upon you salutations and huzzahs on behalf of the Empire. As we embark on clamp year 6026, we wish to express thanks to all the brethren who continue to honor our memory. You actually have 3 Emperor Nortons before you today, 1 below ground, 2 above. We once again extend sincere thanks and appreciation to our Imperial doppelganger, Rick Saber, for his continued graciousness in allowing us to address the gathered virtual brethren today, his mentoring of the traditions of Eclampus Vitus, and his extraordinary generosity. This tombstone is unfortunately incorrect, as it is off by 1 year. There. For I was born Joshua Abraham Norton in the Deptford district of London on February 4th, 1818. At the tender age of 2, my family uprooted to become some of the early Anglo settlers of South Africa. Joining my father in the family ship chandlery business, I would later make my way to San Francisco in 1849. I was not here to pan gold, however. Utilizing my $40,000 nest egg, I would start making investments in real estate and commodity trading, increasing my fortune in just 4 short years to $250,000, the equivalent of $10 million today. Even in those days, they called me the Emperor, for I was an empire builder. Desiring to increase my fortune, I hatched a scheme to corner the market on rice, which failed miserably. Can't stand the sight of this stuff anymore. Shamed, broken, and bankrupt, I disappear for 2 years. I reemerged in San Francisco sometime in 1859, walked into the offices of the San Francisco Daily Evening Bulletin newspaper, and handed editor George Fitch a proclamation which he publishes in that evening's edition. It reads, "At the peremptory request and desire of a large majority of the citizens of these United States, I, Joshua Norton, formerly of Algoa Bay, Cape of Good Hope, and now for the last 9 years and 10 months past of San Francisco, California, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of these United States. And in virtue of the authority thereby in me vested, do hereby order and direct the representatives of the different states of the Union to assemble in Musical Hall of this city, well, that city, on the first day of February next, then and there to make such alterations in existing laws of the Union as may ameliorate the evils under which this country is laboring, and thereby cause confidence to exist, both at home and abroad, in our stability and integrity. If I were to do that in any other city in the world, they'd lock me up as a madman. Except our dear San Francisco. Because as we know, San Francisco honors and cherishes those who march the beat of a different drummer. From that day forward, I'd be Norton the First, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico. I am given a suitable uniform by the officers of the Presidio, this elegant top hat festooned with feathers, an ornately carved walking stick. In addition, I would eat for free in restaurants, have the best seat in the theater. People rose as I made my entrance. The police saluted me. I rode transit for free, and I even printed my own Imperial Treasury bonds, which were accepted as legal tender whenever I presented them. I proposed great changes that were often dismissed at the time, but were testaments to my imperial vision, because many of them came true. I proposed a bridge or tunnel be built spanning San Francisco Bay, and the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge, which by all rights should be named the Emperor Norton Bridge. What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
And so recorded, as well as the BART Transbay Tube, are in place today. I propose the nations of the world come together to promote peace and harmony, and the United Nations were formed in San Francisco in 1945. I called for a grand Christmas tree to be erected in Union Square, and there's been one there every year since I proclaimed it. I abolished Congress, the Supreme Court, the presidency, and the Democratic and Republican parties. What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
And so recorded. I also issued another proclamation that sadly goes unheeded. Whoever, after due and proper warning, shall be heard to utter the abominable word Frisco, which has no linguistic or other warrant, shall be deemed guilty of a high misdemeanor and pay the Imperial Treasury as penalty the sum of $25. That shall be enforced unless you are referring to a certain city in Texas, the only proper use of the word. I had a long and prosperous reign of 21 years, until January 8, 1880. A cold and drizzly night in San Francisco. 8 p.m. I exit the Eureka Lodgings boarding house where I was living, now the site of Empire Park at 642 Commercial Street. Drop by there sometime and pay honor and see the ECV plaque placed there by ex-Noble Grand Humbug John Archer Flynn in 2016. Making my way down Kearny Street for 2 blocks, I cross California Street and turn right, struggling against the wind and rain. I am on my way to a debate and lecture of the Hastings Society at the California Academy of Sciences, located at the southwest corner of California and Grant, which was called DuPont in those days. Reaching the southeast corner, a cable car goes by. Some of my loyal subjects on board wave to me. I wave back, stumble, fall, and pass away of a stroke. Later, I am laid out in a rosewood coffin decorated with silver in a funeral home at Grant and O'Farrell Streets. A reported 30,000 people pay their last respects to me. My funeral procession to the Masonic Cemetery in the Inner Richmond District is over 2 miles long. By some accounts, 200,000 people, virtually the entire population of San Francisco, line the route. As my coffin is lowered into the ground, there's a total eclipse of the sun. In 1934, as San Francisco was clearing out its cemeteries to make more room for the living, I am reinterred here at the Woodlawn Cemetery on June 3rd of that year in a ceremony that included wreaths from dignitaries, full military honors, and a 21-gun salute, a fitting burial for the only emperor of the United States. Finally, we call upon you, our assembled brethren, as well as all citizens of the empire, to remember the values that our life embraced: fairness, honesty, kindness, and equality. When in doubt, ask yourself this question: what would Norton do? We wish to thank the esteemed brethren gathered today for your support and acceptance of our empire and the continued honoring of our memory in this, the 162nd year of our magnificent reign. What say the brethren? Satisfactory! And so recorded.
Good morning, brothers. I'm Mountain Mike Russell, GDR for Yerba Buena 1, and sorry that we couldn't extract your gold dust this year, but we'll try to do that next year here. Hopefully you all are staying safe, and I look forward to working with you guys soon. What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
I'm Ron Way. I'm the publican for YB1. Can't make you a drink today, so go ahead and pour yourself one. Have a good day.
Howdy, my name's Crimp. I'm a graybeard. I've been a red shirt for 16 years. Best thing I ever done in my adult life. Satisfactory.
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Owen Malloy. I've been a red shirt since I was 21. 28 years ago. My dad brought me in, and what say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
And so recorded.
Well, brethren, Happy New Year, Happy Norton Day. Joe, Harry Potter Shepherd, your faithful Rafflemeister. Here to say thanks for watching. Stay tuned in. We got more great stuff to come at this show and in this year. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
Action, go. I am Frank Reppin. I've been a member for over 20 years, and we have the only color guard that is Grand Council approved, and the rest of my team.
Mike Dobb, otherwise known as Hammerhead. I also serve as the plaque erectionist for YB1. What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
If you ain't plaquing, you ain't clamping.
What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
And so recorded.
Gentlemen, thank you for watching the ceremony. We have more in store. Stay tuned.
bought Malloy's Tavern in 1927. My father, Lanty Malloy, grew up here upstairs, and he joined the Clampers when he was a young lad, and he brought me in when I turned 21, and I think it's one of the greatest organizations in the world. What say the brethren?
Satisfactory.
And so recorded.
So why is your watering hole so popular with the Clampers?
Well, Malloy's is full of historical pictures and artifacts of San Francisco and the Bay Area. We have a wall dedicated to Emperor Norton, who was a great clamper and buried here in Colma up the street. And once a year, we have a big memorial for Emperor Norton. Go up to his gravesite for his birthday, and as a kid, I grew up attending the Emperor Norton Day and loved it, and joined the Clampers as soon as I could.
When was that?
That was in '93.
And what does clamping mean to you?
Clamping means to me is a bunch of brothers getting together, drinking, telling stories, having a good day, and going home to their families.
Good morning. Welcome to 6026. Thank God it's a different year than it was, and all of you brethren are with us in spirit and in our hearts. We're going to survive this. The fog will lift, and it will be a wonderful year to share with all of our brethren.
Hi, I'm Ron Way, Republican for YB1, 20-year clamper. Let's have a drink together and hope for a better year.
It's definitely a hole in our hearts because we always have such a great time. But hopefully, February 22nd has been canceled, but we're going to attempt to get it for May 1st.
Rick Schreier, also known as Walk Naked with Dogs.
Okay. And how did you get that name?
I walk naked with dogs.
And what does Emperor Norton represent to you?
Probably one of the greatest men ever to be born. He had ideas that nobody believed in, but they soon did.
Well, the miner works hard with a shovel and a pick till his body's feeble and tender. And he goes into town at the end of the week, spends all his dust on a bender.
Just say, let's say the brethren.
Satisfactory!
Because I thoroughly enjoy history, and I thoroughly enjoy all these haphazard people that really love life and take life what it is. We're here as clampers. We love life.
I am Frank Big Hitch Reppin. I've been a clamper since June of '98. I had a chance to join in '92, but I didn't do it because I heard that the clampers were a bunch of drunks and stuff like that. I'm basically a teetotaler, but I am like the last gentleman, like the last brother said, he is very happy he joined this organization, and believe me, I am too.
My name is Cameron Perry. I've been a clamper since October, actually. And
a newbie.
I'm a newbie. Pink shirt, whatever you want to call me. You know, unfortunately, I was hoping to, come in on the SS Victory, but with the pandemic, didn't work out. But I was honored enough to come in here back in October. I'm very proud. I'm very happy to be part of this brotherhood. So many great guys, so many great people, and so much amazing history. And I'm loving every minute of it.
Hey brothers, my name is Jose, Tattoo, Chapter 13, Joaquin Murrieta. What say brethren, satisfactory, how y'all doing? Right here, 1626, start of the new year. Hope everybody's doing well and keeping themselves safe. And once again, satisfactory, brother.
got a joke for us?
Oh yeah, well he's gotta say the jokes. Why was the dwarfs mining company so successful?
Why?
Because they had a low overhead.
Ahoy, brethren. I hope you enjoyed today's events. I know that our Noble Grand Recorder has done an excellent job at editing this video today. I leave you with this, with hope, unity, and obviously brotherhood. And it is our number one goal at YB1 to make sure that the brethren all know that we're doing our best in remaining active, and just to keep an eye on our website for anything upcoming, and that's ecvyb1.com, and feel free to reach out and check us out on Facebook, our forums, and let us know how you're doing out there. We appreciate you, and satisfactory before and after the full moon.
What say the brethren?
Satisfactory!
Wait, first one here.
Serious shit! 10 more minutes! Fuck the humbug!
In the pussy.
What?